This is Sacristo-nory, and today's Christmas book is a David Williams book called Geronimo, the penguin who thought he could fly. At the bottomest bottom of the world lived a huge colony of emperor penguins. All the eggs were being kept warm by their dads when one baby penguin hatched, and his name was Geronimo. "Let's fly!" he announced, flapping his wings as fast as he could. "Penguins can't fly, son," replied his father. "Of course they can, Dad. Otherwise, what have we got wings for? Watch!" With his feet as skis, the baby penguin used a snowy slope as a runway. "Geronimo!" he cried. He hit a bump in the slope and took off. Whee! For a few glorious seconds, Geronimo sailed through the air. "Dad, look! I can fly!" The baby frantically flapped his wings before dropping through the air like a stone. He landed in the freezing cold sea with a plop. "You see, son, penguins can't fly," said Dad. Geronimo looked sad. "But it's all I dream about, Dad. There must be a way for my dream to come true." Geronimo spied an elephant seal dozing on the ice. He leaped on the seal's big wobbly tummy and used it as a trampoline to launch himself into the air. Boing! "Dad, look! I can fly!" said Geronimo, before landing in the deep snow with a thud. Next, Geronimo paddled out to sea and clambered on top of a big blue whale, sitting right on top of its blowhole. Air shot up Geronimo's bottom and blasted him high into the sky like a rocket. "Dad, look! I can fly!" As soon as the whale stopped blowing, Geronimo plummeted. The angry whale flicked its tail, swish, batting the little penguin across the sky. "Dad, look! I can fly!" But before he could even say fly, he'd slammed straight into an iceberg. Doof! The next morning, Geronimo leaped on the back of an unsuspecting albatross. "Look, Dad, I can fly!" But not for long. The overloaded albatross crashed headfirst into a pod of baby seals, knocking them flying like bowling pins. Boom! Splash! Splosh! The emperor penguin turned to Dad. "You have to tell your son, once and for all, penguins can't fly." With a heavy heart, Dad told his son, "No more trying to fly, Geronimo. The dream is over." Dad felt awful as a single tear rolled down his son's face. So awful that later that night, while Geronimo was sleeping, he called a meeting of the whole colony. "Fellow penguins, are we sure it's absolutely impossible for us to fly?" "Yes, of course!" barked the emperor penguin. "There must be a way." "No, never! Fool!" "Didn't you ever dream of flying?" Now this silenced the whole colony. They'd all had that dream too when they were young. "So, let's put our birdie brains together and see," said Dad. And that's exactly what they did. By the time the sun came up, the colony had a plan. When Geronimo woke that morning, the strangest sight greeted him. The entire colony of penguins was upside down. "What's happened?" asked Geronimo. "What do you mean, what's happened?" replied Dad, who, like all the others, was standing on his head. "Well, you're all upside down." "No, you're upside down. Come on, jump off the ice and you'll soar into the sky." Dad pointed at the sea. "Yes," replied the whole colony. "Yeah, that's the sky," said the emperor penguin, pointing at the sea. "Now, come on, Geronimo," said Dad. "Show us that dreams can come true, that penguins really can fly." And with that, Geronimo made a giant leap. Splash. The little penguin flapped his wings and zoomed through the water, thinking it was the sky. "I can fly! I can fly! I can fly!" On Dad's signal, the colony dived in too. Splish, splash, splash. Dad held his son's wing and the pair shared a smile. Together they looped the loop, nearly bumping into an iceberg. "Oh, be careful of the clouds," called out Dad. Now next, they passed a killer whale. "Dad, why is that whale floating upside down in the sky?" asked Geronimo. "He must have jumped," said Dad. Dad watched with pride as his son soared up, up, up. "Dad, look! I can fly! I'm king of the sky." Sometimes, with a little help and some upside-down penguins, dreams really can come true.